bro. The further like we're playing this game, yo, good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, not a good evening, man. Why am I even saying good evening? Because we literally gave this game away, man. How did we draw against Zimbabwe, guys? How did we draw against Zimbabwe? Playing at home, almost sold out stadium, and could not get 3 points. I mean, man, I'm so hurt. Honestly, I am so hurt. I am devastated. Like, I'm disappointed. Bro, pelo ya ke botlhoko. Like, I thought, man, I don't even know what to say. I have a lot of things. I have a lot to say. And I just need to let me just do this real quick. But I mean, man, this hurts, bro. Like, because the thing, we still have a chance. We still have a chance to qualify. But then now we have to depend on other teams, man. We have to depend on Nigeria to do the job against Benin away. But we, how did we not win this game against Zimbabwe at home? Bro, it's just man, I'm devastated, man. I You know what, man? This boils down to that guy, our team manager. If he had just done his job and not allowed or informed our coaches that like the Mugwana was not supposed to be playing that game against Lesotho, we would be comfortably qualified for the World Cup. But like now we're finding ourselves in a situation where like we have to depend on other teams doing favors for us, and that's not the situation that you want to be in because we should be home and dry, bro. We should be home and dry. Like I'm disappointed, man. Like I just need to let me share this. Yeah, I. How did we not win this game? Because you can't say, man, man, this hurt my heart, man. This hurt my heart. But look, there's still a chance to qualify. There's still a chance to qualify. I guess all hope is not lost. Now we can just hope that Nigeria at home against Benin, they are the favorites. They are the favorites to beat Benin at home. So now, Fana, all we need to do is to beat Rwanda at home. But then after today, the way we play today, can we actually believe that Bafana will actually beat Benin at home? I have no confidence. Look, we played very well. Did we play well? Because we did create a lot of chance, and I just felt like today we didn't have our scoring goal scoring shoes on. But there's still some positive to take from this game. But then again, man, we're playing against 10 men of Zimbabwe, 9 men on the field of play, and we did not take advantage of that. And it just I don't know, man. The luck was just not on our side. Sometimes you need to force the luck, man. We need to force the luck, and I don't think we did enough. I don't think we did enough. Yes, we hit the post, we hit the crossbar. The goalkeeper made a couple of saves, but I don't know, man. Our players, I think we got too desperate way too early in the game because even in the first half, our players were taking aimless shots from outside of the box. We got way too desperate early in the game, and with that, we didn't do ourselves any favors. We just needed to be composed. This game, we needed to just compose ourselves, not play the occasion, play the game. And I thought that at some point we were playing the occasion. We were like, we need to. We had that other games in the back of our men, and we just needed to settle in the game. Just needed to play our normal game, and we were just so desperate. We were just so desperate, and one thing that frustrated me so much. How many shots did we have from outside of the box? How many shots did we have from outside of the box? I counted more than five, and that tells you that like we were getting desperate. We were getting desperate, and man, it's just this. Oh my days, my head. Look, there's still a silver lining. Like I said, there's still a silver lining because Nigeria needs to play Benin at home. I think Nigeria will win that game. We're ahead of Nigeria by 1 point. We just need to beat Rwanda at home. We just need to beat Rwanda at home. But then again, look at Benin. Benin went away to Rwanda. They won the game. Nigeria came to South Africa to play Lesotho. They won the game. They did themselves favors today. We did not do ourselves any favors. And our coach also, you could see that like okay, being trying to playing into combination football is not working again for us. Trying to and again, I thought a player like Mokopa should have been brought into this game earlier. Someone with a height, someone that can be actually be a threat aerially against this Zimbabwe, because you could see they have teenage Hadebe at the back. They have some really tall, towering players at the back, and even the goalkeeper was coming out clearing balls, and I don't think we made things actually very much difficult for them. Look, I'm frustrated, man. I'm so frustrated. Like, eh, because bro, we might not go to the World Cup. We lost 3 points, 3 points that we had worked so hard for. We literally gave 3 points away. The guy, you see, that team manager for Fana, that guy needs to lose his job. I'm not the one to advocate for people to be fired, but you can't be dropping the ball like that. You can't be making such silly mistakes. Those are amateur mistakes. You don't expect South Africa national team to be making that mistake. Even teams in PSL, Magezi don't be making those mistakes. Richards Bay, even teams in Vela don't make that mistake that the team manager of Fana made. So to have a team manager of a national team, not a football club, a national team, making such silly mistake, and like now Safa coming out with statement that like a decision will be taken after the qualifications are concluded. That tells you that like if South Africa ends up qualifying for the World Cup, that guy's not gonna lose his job. If South Africa ends up qualifying for the World Cup, that guy's not gonna face any suspension. He's not gonna face any disciplinary action, because if it was any other national team, if it was any other team, heads would have rolled. Someone would have lost his job. And look, if I'm that guy, look, because right now, like I'm telling you, we've not qualified for World Cup since 2002. 2002, that was the last time Bafana Bafana qualified for the World Cup. It's 2026. Next is 2026. We literally had the qualification literally in the palm of our hands, and we gave it away just because of someone did not do his job. No, man, that guy, no. I'm sitting, bro. Like I'm losing my head right now, but because we made things difficult for ourselves needlessly, needlessly. And the fact that like Safa have not made any decisions against that person, it tells you that like we don't have the cutthroat, because if you want to be championship, if you want to be contesting for the championship, if you want to be qualified for the World Cup, you need to have the mindset of cutthroat. We don't have that at Safa. We have people that like, nah, that guy is my mate. I'm not gonna. If we qualify for World Cup, that guy will still retain his job. That's the main thing, and that will set a wrong precedent. We're gonna be seeing such mistakes being done again, because, bro, do you understand? You have the hope of more than 64 people, 64 million people. You're doing a job that, like, bro, that's the easiest job. You just have to like detect who's suspended for this game. Okay, this person is suspended. Don't call him up. This person is suspended. Not supposed to be playing this game. This person is suspended. The easiest job. The easiest job in the whole world. And the guy. Oh my god, man. Like, nah. Bro, we're not gonna qualify for the World Cup, man. We're not, because this Benin side, they've never played for the World Cup. They've never played in the World Cup. You know they're gonna be giving their all against Nigeria. They're going to be throwing kitchen sinks, everything, plate, pans, everything to Nigeria to win that game against Nigeria. And again, can I sit here and say Bafana Bafana will beat Rwanda? I can't. Because the way we played today, this team, doesn't have that thing like, oh, we need to, bro. We were playing for the majority of the second half. We were playing against, we had one man advantage, and we did not take advantage of that. We did not use that to advantage. We did not score, bro. We're playing at home. We're playing at home. Other teams are having it more difficult because they're having to play their home games here in South Africa. Other teams, they don't have the opportunity of playing away games in their own country. We actually have that. Zimbabwe, Lesotho are playing their home games here in South Africa, and we're not taking advantage of that. We're not taking advantage of that. We're never gonna have a better chance to qualify for the World Cup until, if we don't qualify for this one, we might as well just forget, because we are never gonna be having. I mean, this was supposed to be. Look, I know it was easier. I know we did our job on the field of play, won our games, it was just that team manager of Bafana Bafana that kind of like cost us or put us in the situation that we are in right now. But again, we should have won this game, man. I mean, just take a look at that Zimbabwe team. They have, I know they still have like some really good players because they have left Nakamba who plays for Luton, Munez who plays for Wolves, Chirewa who plays for Wolves as well. And Hadebe plays for I can't remember Cincinnati in the MLS in the US. So they do have some really good players. If you're being honest, I mean the likes of Lunga, and another thing that actually also I realized with this Zimbabwe, they have nothing to lose. They were literally playing for nothing. They were playing for nothing. And the way they made things so difficult for us, you'd think that like they're contesting or they're competing to qualify for the World Cup. And that's the thing. I feel like all the Zimbabweans, they must be deported, man. All the Zimbabweans, we must deport them because today we needed Zimbabwe to do us a favor. Today we needed Lesotho to do us a favor. Both these countries, these two countries, I'm just gonna, I don't have the fact to back this, but then there's a lot of Zimbabweans and Lesotho nationals in this country who are here in this country. The Zamazamas and those that work in kitchens. There's I'm thinking that I think there's a more Zimbabweans and Lesotho nationals in this country than any other nationals or other African nationals. So for South Africa to be housing these Lesotho nationals and Zimbabwe nationals, for them to be making things so difficult for us, it just tells you all you need to know that like, look, man, there's no loyalty when it comes to these people. They, bro, we have like Zimbabweans. They are literally like South Africans. Lesotho nationals are just like South Africans. We are housing these people. They are here in this country in large numbers, but they can't even do us a small a favor and just allow us to score goal. Did you see how much they were celebrating tackles when the ref called the I mean what is it called the final whistle was blown? Did you see how much they were celebrating? You would think literally Zimbabwe are languishing in the sixth position, that last number last in the on the log. They were playing for nothing. They had nothing to lose. But they're just like, nah, we don't want to make things easy for South Africa. Bro, deport these people, bro. Deport these people because they don't have our best interest. And how do we have these Zimbabweans in this country when they don't have our best interest? Why? That's tantamount to treason, actually, because I know I'm going off the rails right now, but I'm just so hurt, man. I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed, man. We're never gonna qualify for the World Cup again. It's gonna take something incredible for us. Look, man, there's still a chance though. Nigeria beats Benin at home. Nigeria will have 17 points. If we beat Rwanda, we'll have 18 points. If Benin and Nigeria play a draw, Benin will have 18 points. They have 2 goals different, better than us. Man, imagine Benin going to World Cup. Imagine Benin going to. I think Nigeria will beat Benin though. Nigeria will definitely beat Benin. But then, can we beat Rwanda at home? Can we beat Rwanda at home? And we made things difficult for ourselves, man. We made things very, very difficult for ourselves. Ah, flip, man. Honestly, ah, man. Like Zimbabwe did not have to play the way they were playing today. They did not have. They gave their all, man. They gave their all. Like just to spite us. They did everything just to spite us. They are our neighbor. They did all of that to spite us. Remember that. Remember that Nigeria, Zimbabwe had nothing in this game. They were playing for nothing. Nothing. They had nothing to lose. They just didn't want to see us celebrate. They just did not want South Africa to be going to the World Cup. How do we have such people in this country? How do we help? How do we continue helping Zimbabwe when they continuously show that like they have no interest, best interest? They have no. They just disregarded us today. They showed us a middle finger today. If you needed like maybe what do you call a representation of what Zimbabweans think of us, What's that game? That's a clear representation of what they think of us. What's that game? They picked their best team. They picked their best team. That was the best team ever since the qualifications of this World Cup qualifications started. That was their best team ever. Just to make sure that like they don't lose this game against South Africa. I'm telling you, they might actually go on to lose their next game. I think I'm not sure if they're playing Lesotho over uh, or no, Nigeria's playing Benin and South Africa is playing Rwanda. Okay, they're playing Lesotho in their next game. They're probably going to lose against Lesotho. They're probably going to lose against Lesotho because their job is done. Their job is done. They made things difficult. They stopped from qualifying for the World Cup. Their job is done, and we continue to hire South Africans. Continue to hire the Zimbabweans. South Africans continue to allow Zimbabweans to roam around the country freely. Nah, man. Yes, I know. I'm going to politics now, but you have to politicize these things sometimes because nah, man. I'm not happy. I am not happy at all. I'm not impressed. I am not impressed. In fact, matter of fact, I'm hurt. I am hurt, bro. I am hurt. Let me just do this. What is it? Man, I'm so devastated, man. Like the way I. Bro, there's no South African that is not painful. Pain. It's not in pain right now. Everyone, man, except those that don't like football, obviously. But if you're patriotic, you should be had. Like you should definitely be had because oh my god. Are you not hurt? Below, hmm? Baby, below, you don't care. You don't care about South Africa. About us not qualifying, about drawing and losing against Zimbabwe. Mara, do you feel any disappointment? Do you feel any disappointment? You do? Ah, no. South Africa. Anyways, but then again, man, like I guess now we just hope and pray that like we beat Rwanda and also keep our fingers crossed that Nigeria do the job against Benin. How do we find ourselves in the same situation again? How do we find ourselves in this spot again? Like, man, as I'm telling you, we play a but it's so this is so unfair on these players, man. This is so unfair on these players because someone's negligence put us in this situation, man. Someone's incompetence put us in this situation. Someone is so incompetent, bro. Just identify which player is suspended. But anyways, man, it is what it is. We just have to pray and hope that like we can do the job against Rwanda. But going to this game, man, I thought we played. Did we actually play very well? Yes, we played well in part because I think Zimbabwe didn't create that many chances. We dominated the position. We have two big chances. We had about 24 total shots. But then again, exactly what I was talking about earlier is that like our players were taking aimless shots. So many shots were taken from outside of the box. Look at that. We had 24 total shots. The goalkeeper only made two saves. That tells you that like our shots were just taken aimlessly, Jay. People who were desperate. We were desperate for a goal. We were desperate. We were not just like we needed to be composed. Look at Zimbabwe, 6 total shots. They uh, were on target. Out of those 6 total shots that they had, were on target. Look at us, 24. I mean, how do you make 24 shots and only make the goalkeeper make 2 saves? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. And again, total corners, 14 total corners. We had 14 total corners. 14. It just tells you that, like, man, not flipping hell, man. We should have. That another thing that I said, we should have introduced a player like Mahopa early in the game, because with Mahopa he has the height. He has the height. You can see that, like, we're having so many corners. We're gonna need people that are going to be threat aerially. Should have introduced Mahopa early, way too early in the game. Should have introduced Mahopa way too early in the game. But it is what it is, man. A draw. It's the worst result. I was about to say it's not the worst result. It is the worst result possible, and it's just sad, man. It's honestly so devastating. But hopefully, man, I'm not gonna say anything, but because it's just no, it's not gonna happen for us. It's definitely not gonna happen for us. Like man, it's just flipping hell, man. Like 14 corners, could not get a goal. 24 total shots, only 2 on targets. The coach should have spoke to the players. Calm your players down. You can see that, like, they're not following the instruction. Calm them, call them, make them, like, tell them to calm down. There's still so much time to come back in the game. Look, I'm just gonna compare the first half statistics. Even in the first half, we had 70% of corners. They only had, 70% of ball possession. They only had 30%. Only one big chance. Total shots 7. So in the first half, we had 7 total shots, and only one was on target. But then it comes second half, we're getting desperation. That look at the total shot that we had in the second half. 17 total shots in the second half. Only the goalkeeper only made 1 save. Desperation. Our players were not composed, and that's also on the coach. He was the one that should have, bro. You could say that, like, the players are not following the instructions. Make substitutions. Bring players that will play the ball. Because this thing of just, Mbuli was just taking aimless shots. Mokoena taking aimless shots. Everyone was just getting desperate. Everyone wanted a goal for himself. It's just so, honestly, jarring, man. That was so hard to watch. And I just said, I'm like, we're not gonna win this game. We're not gonna win this game the way things are going. And fuck, man. Honestly, fuck. I'm just so, oh, man.